Hello. I just watched a movie called Rust. It's the Alec Baldwin movie where there was controversy of him killing someone and then hitting the director in the shoulder. I don't know why there was controversy over him when why would he check to see if the gun's loaded? It's a prop gun. I don't why did he be even real bullets in it anyway? I don't know. But this was the movie. I was trying to look at what scene he did it in so I could see before and after as to when as to the difference in his acting. But there was a part where I was like, he's definitely referring to the killing he did, because the boy asked like, how many of you killed? Looks up and it's just like, I can't. It's like a tear in his eye. My God, that's Oscar winning right there. Still not his fault, but the film, I really want to like westerns. I don't like the old westerns, the spaghetti western, the good, bad, and the ugly. I think they're terrible. People always go, yeah, but for the time. I'm a graphics whore. When it comes to video games, I want to play a game that has good graphics. I can't get into a game that doesn't have any, like, if the graphics like 8-bit, no, I'm not playing that. Like, and it's the same with movies. The movies have to have good graphics. It's very rare for me to really like a film. Like the first two Godfathers are very good, but there's a lot of issues with it when you rewatch it. For me, just I can't. Those films are terrible. The spaghetti westerns. My favorite film is like Bonehawk Redemption or something like that. And I'll have it up here. And like the favorite TV show was kind of Western based, but it's not like cowboys and well, actually, it's cowboys and Indians. It's The Frontier, I think it is. That's really good, but it's with the Mormons, the Native Americans are there. You know, it's a Western time period. So going into this film, I wanted to like it because I like Western. So a modern Western, I'm like, okay, I'll give it a chance. They were trying to do too much in a film that was actually quite long, 2.5 hours long. So this is quite easily achievable to do this. It seemed like they had 3 powerful people in this movie. And then you obviously had the boy. And all the target was to get the boy. That was the main target so he could be hung. The guy was trying to protect the boy, or Russ was trying to protect the boy. The lawman was trying to kill the boy. The bounty was trying to kill the boy too. So when you have 3 different powerful people that can intertwine into scenes and you still hooked even though the main person isn't there, they have to play a big impact to when the scene is gonna happen where either one of them dies or there's a conversation between them, then it's more like built up for that moment. And they failed on that. They failed on the development of the characters. And we'll talk about the negatives. Now it is red. Yeah. For there to be a film that's 2.5 hours long and for it to not properly develop the characters, it's quite poor. And it's quite annoying because I don't understand why the writers don't do this. This is like the fundamental point of the movie. If the characters don't make sense, nothing makes sense. The end game needs to be built up. So before then, we have to have the character development. So when we do get to the end game, it's impactful as to what happens. So let's split this up. Let's look at the old man. When he introduced himself to the boy had no clue who he was. It was after the old man went and killed the 2 police officers who were looking after the boy before he was going to get hung. He got the boy out. The boy had no clue. The mother never mentioned about the dad either. He didn't know who he was. What would have been better, because he ends up telling him who he is, and it was kind of just like, all right. How I would have changed it is those beginning scenes, you can put feeders out. Like you can have the boy walk past, I don't know, it's the anniversary of his bank job in 87 or whenever it was. And it's just like, you remember that Rust, whatever his name is? And they go, oh, you mean Lillian, his mother, whatever her name is, Lillian's dad? And then the boy's like, who? Who's he talking about? That's my mum. And he's like, oh, look, there's the boy. I said, don't you know about your granddad? And they explain the granddad situation maybe. And then they might have like a newspaper that has, oh, look, this is what happened. And then it could be, I don't know, he's standing reading a newspaper, and then the police officer or the sheriff that's after him, there could be like 2 or 3 of them there, and they could be like, hey, isn't that the man that killed your pa in the 87 attack? And it could be the sheriff going, yeah, wonder what he's up to now. And it's creating that development that, okay, it's this big bad guy that they all have something about it. And the boy knows that the sheriff is going to come after him. So he could have that like hesitancy with what he's doing. He's like, what about the sheriff? Keep asking about the sheriff or the sheriff. You don't have to have the mystery if they're going to follow you or not. It could be the fact they already know. The old man knows. So why not have it that the boy does have that natural instinct? That it's just like, but it's overbearing. You take it a little bit different. That doesn't normally happen. Take it a little bit differently. Have him just be overbearing out there. Like, we have to keep moving. We have to keep moving. And he's shaking all over. And the old man has to tell him to be calm. And I think that's maybe that's a terrible idea. maybe I don't know what I'm saying. This is what we know now, though, that we have the boy knows about his granddad, and the sheriff knows about the like, we know the sheriff knows about the granddad, and the boy knows the sheriff knows about the granddad. And it could be like, the boy goes back home, and it's just like, oh, our granddad, he gets the newspaper, this is what our granddad did, and blah, 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 blah. There's all, it's like, maybe this is why the sheriff's always been giving us a hard time. And he could have that connection a little bit there. Maybe it's too obvious, but okay, it's better than the script that happened, in my opinion. And then we can go talk about the sheriff again when he finds out the 2 men have been killed. You know, he can just lose it. He can be like, oh, I'm God, you know, like no one puts their hands up, no one does anything. And then when they're doing the scene where like they're saying, who's going to go after this man? He killed 2 people. The sheriff can go shoot his gun in the air and say, look, if none of you are going to do it, then I'm going to get the 2 inbred fuckers up there who apparently got the best shot in the world. I'm going to get them and put you boys to shame. And then no one, I don't know, maybe that's a shit thing to do. But he can have a reaction to it, that he's angry, that he's just killed 2 of these people that they're very close with. You can maybe have a scene where one of them's going over to see his boy because, you know, his son died of the same thing that his boy's going through. And they can have a conversation of that. And then he sees that actually now the mum doesn't have anyone. It's just the mum's left alone, and like she's crying and weeping. And then he loses his mind and shoots his gun in his air and freaks out that no one's going to help. And he's going to go, I'm going to promise you, miss, I'm going to get this man. And then you could go with Ragnar Lothbrok, Travis Flamel, really good actor. And in this movie, it showed to me that he could be a psychopath, like acting-wise, but be a very good psychopath. When he's doing the scene with the black girl on his bed, and I think she says like something, mate, tell me about what you do. And he goes, well, I'm a bounty hunter. And we used to go, get the runaways, which is like the black slave running away. And he's like, I caught 100 of them. And then she gets up, tries to leave, and he goes, well, come sit on my lap for a bit. I'm like, okay, that was a good scene to show that he's a fucking off-hinge person. Then he starts talking about religion. He's like completely crazy, and then he goes into a religious mindset with it. So he's justifying it through religion. So you already have that out. He could, because when he found out about this $1,000 bounty, which was terrible, he hands this person in, and then the guy goes, I've got a teleprompter for you right now. And he goes, $1,000 bounty? All right. He doesn't turn to Matthew McConaughey, but like, it was terrible. What would have been better? He's at the bar afterwards. He leaves, like he literally leaves, like he's completely normal. Like she goes and she's just like in shock what's happened. He leaves, and it's like they didn't even have that conversation, and it gets her to give him a drink. So it just shows that he's like a massive psychopath. Okay, she pours a drink, is like look at him like, okay. Pulls it, and he's drinking, and then he hears these guys next to him talking about, oh, it's $1,000 bounty. And what's that old man's name? The one that did the bank robberies this time last, like 5 years ago, whenever it was. Oh, that's Rust. And he turns his head. And it's a psychopath look. Like he's all normal. And then it's that deranged psychopath look. And he look, did you just mention Rust? It gets this crazy look. It's like, yeah, $1,000 bounty. hey fella, you want to see one team up and see if we can split it 3 ways? He could grab that piece of paper. Like he's just staring. Because the scene where he's about to die, where he's got the boy and he's pointing the gun at the police officer, and for some reason he's crying in his eyes. I don't know why he did that in that scene. He should have done it in this scene that I'm saying about. And he grabs a piece of paper and he's tears. But this ain't about the money. And if you're going to go out there, well, those are going to be the last breaths you take. And then he says a prayer, you know, because he's religious. I was like, you mention his name? You know how many bounty hunters he's killed? He's scalped. And they go, no, Trevor, I'm going to get his scalp. I'm going to be the one that you talk about. Then he drops the mic. And then he... Fuck, is this called? Like a doggy? Doggy? What's this? The hell's that called? I ain't got a Scooby-Doo. Dougie. I don't know. But it could be something like that. That can be fleshed out by the writers. But you're creating that tension that he's not doing it for the money. He's literally doing it because this guy has killed 7 of his other bounty hunter friends, and the sheriff is going after him because he killed his dad and then his 2 police officers, and he knows that, you know, this police officer is like really close to him with his son because his son died through the same thing his son has. Now his wife's a widow, with the son being lost. So it's like, I have to kill him. And then the old man is just like, now that the boy already knows who he is and what he's done, he can be like, you're my granddad? He goes, yeah. You know, I've come here. I made your wife... Wait, what? I made your mother a promise. If you ever get in trouble, I will. And then he can explain why he wasn't with his mum. That, you know, they took everything away from me and your mum disagreed with that, what I had to do. But I did it. I was going to make them pay. Ruined it with the pay. It cannot be an actor. But then he can develop that his granddad's an absolute bloody legend. Legend, right? And then it's all these other people. It's like, we know the bounty hunter wants him because he's killed 7 of his other bounty hunters and he wants that fame. That's what he wants. He doesn't care about the money. He wants the fame. It's crazy. You've already seen how crazy he is before, right? And then that's when it gets to the scene where the sheriff's like, that's a lawful order. And he just snaps into psychopath. You know, like beforehand, he's like, no, this is mine. This is mine. And the sheriff goes, this is a lawful order. And then he snaps. Oh, you think the law applies out here? I've got jurisdiction as equal as you. And I'm taking him. He's mine. And they can have a screaming match for each other. I don't know how the boy got out of it in the end. Oh, the old man shot him. But they can have a screaming match, yeah? I don't know. I don't know how you do the scene. Maybe the old man shoots him and it plays out the same way. I haven't really thought about that. I don't care about the ending now. But it could be a scream. It can make him really intense. Like, he's about to pull the trigger. He's about to, like, he doesn't care anymore. He's about to pull... And then it's just like, I don't know. He blows his own head off. I'll show you how crazy I am. Oh, okay. That was pretty simple. Oh, okay. How would they end that scene? He's got the boy. The sheriff's pointing his gun in. The guy's got his gun there. The old man comes out. The old man does a 360 no scope off the ledge. Breaks his ACL. Misses completely. Hits his fucking teeth like that on the floor. It's like, ow! 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 This really hurts! Ow! And then the psychopath is like, looks and seeing he's been shot, so he's like, oh fuck it, I'll kill the sheriff. The sheriff's like, oh no, he's gonna shoots the boy. And the psychopath shoots the sheriff, but it hits his spinal cord, so he's just on the floor like, I can't move. That's a horrific death. And then Travis feels that she's bleeding out because like a gut shot, so he's like, oh my God, the boy's literally just there, limp dead. And then the old man, not really that hurt, but he's hurting, but he's the one that's screaming the most. Why is the attention not on me? It hurts. He's just sprained his ankle and just like kind of chipped his tooth. He gets up, goes to the town. It's just, I made it. I made it down. I don't know if they survived, but there was a shootout, and my God, I don't know how I did it. And then it's revealed that the 87, 86 bombings of the banks, he had nothing to do. He had absolutely nothing to do with them. He just ended up just dancing next to it, and then some conspiracy theory said that there was 5 of him that were done. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know what's happening. Hold on, let me find something funny. How did you link it to him? Why did you link it to him? There was no need. There was no need. You've just. But in all seriousness, I'll give the film a 3 out of 10. I was debating giving it a 4 because there were some really good scenes in it, but overall there were quite a lot of bad scenes, quite poorly acted scenes. The storyline was the movie was long enough to do what I said in the story, which I personally think if you did what I said, it would be a 6 or 7 out of 10. Obviously, the ending would have been something else because that would have been 10 out of 10. And I don't want to be too big-headed now, but it probably would have been a 6 or 7 out of 10. It was a 2.5 hour long film. You had enough time to flesh the film out. To do that, I think the development of the 3 people, the main 3 powerful people, and the boy learning about everything, I think is a lot better than the route that you did out, because it didn't really make any sense. You made Ragnar Lothbrok, Travis Flannel into the psychopath and didn't really develop it. It didn't make sense, and all of a sudden he's like crying with like crazy eyes when he's just like, I can't let you do that now. Why did the sheriff chase down this guy? Like, yeah, there's history, but like branch it out a bit, connect it more. It's a small town, right? Yeah, if he's known around the town as a bank robber and killed people, being this outlaw, well, he most probably killed someone that you know. That's what I would have done. Let me know down below. Do you think the film was a 3 out of 10? Do you think it was a killer of a film? Or do you agree that if I had my changes implemented onto it, it would have been a 6 or 7, 8 out of 10? Let me know. Also, this guy here, I don't know where I'm going to put him. Kind of looks like an older version of Chris O'Connor. I think that's his name, Chris O'Connor. The guy with Shane Gillis and Matt McCusker. Pretty sure Chris O'Connor. I'll put him here. Kind of look like each other. Let me know if you want me to watch any film that you recommend, and I'll watch it. A TV series, not so much, because I don't want to put in 8 hours into watching a TV series unless it's really good, potentially. But let me know down below if it's a film. What is your favorite film? I will watch it, and I will give a very highly review on it. Critical review. Very highly critical review. Okay? I'll do that just for you. Mainly for me, because I want it to have enough views so I can get money off it. So let me use you. Look, the light's green. It means I need money. Let me use you. Let me use your creativity. Bring it to me now. I'm hungry. I'm hungry for it. Okay? Then let me use that to monetize it myself so I create money. I call this easy money. So I'm hungry. Come on. Need my 5 a day. That was a joke. But it's actually the real truth. Let's be honest here. How did this get to this with this? All right. Well, see ya.